Further questions? I recognize the member for Beaches East York.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Always a pleasure to be in here, especially on your birthday, Madam Speaker. So we need to get away from the rhetoric of cyclist versus driver versus pedestrian. It's people. It's people. People who drive, people who bike, people who walk. Many of us do all of those things. Stop with the divisive rhetoric is what I would encourage you to do. And my question is, in April, the Premier said, I believe in letting municipalities determine what is good for their communities and what is not good for their communities, in reference to building fourplexes, which is a logical solution for housing, by the way, but we won't go there. So why has this changed now? Why is the government overstepping into municipal planning, wasting money, ripping up existing infrastructure, causing more traffic, and risking the safety of the 22,000 Ontarians who cycle daily? And that is a fact from the Share the Road Coalition. Thank you.
Response. I recognize the Minister of Transportation.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. What I will say is, once again, this is about a reasonable approach, looking at who uses the road. Look, Stats Canada itself says there's about 1% of people who commute to work by bike. We can't be ripping up 50% of our biggest, largest, most used roads. This is about a reasonable approach. Not to mention the weather. We've got snow, we've got cold weather, with rains, and so we have to take that into consideration as we move forward on these policies. Now look, Toronto has seen some of the worst gridlock ever, and it's only getting worse. This is actually, there's two reasons for that. A lot of it has to do with the bike lanes that have been put forward in an unreasonable manner. The second is that members' own party refused, when they were in government for 15 years, to invest in public transit. It's this government that's getting shovels in the ground on the Ontario line and LRTs across this province. It's the inaction of previous governments that...
Questions. I recognize the member for Niagara Falls.